Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Teresa Thompson and today I will be showing you how to do this block right here. It is a stitch and flip block that is featured in my pattern Dawn's Early Sparkles along with the Wonky Star block. Now I do have a tutorial for the Wonky Star block and I'll go ahead and add that link in the description just in case you missed that. And I'll also have my Etsy link in there. The pattern does come in two different sizes. It comes in a baby quilt size and also a throw quilt size. Now, this quilt is perfect for using up some of your scraps. I used a half jelly roll that I had laying in my sewing room probably for like over a year. And it really just worked perfect. It was more than enough. Like I did this baby quilt with it. I did the binding with it. I also did the Wonky Star tutorial and then this tutorial with it. So it was more than enough. So it is perfect for your scrap fabrics. Now, don't forget to subscribe and hit the like button, and let's go ahead and get started on this tutorial. So the first step is to go ahead and prep and cut your fabrics. Today I'm using 3.5 by 3.5 inch squares, and then my smaller squares are cut to 1 3/4. Okay, working one square at a time, we're going to go ahead and take our background fabric and we're going to take a piece of our small fabric. And we're going to go ahead and flip our small piece over so that the pretty side is face down. And you're going to take a ruler and draw a line, a diagonal line from corner to corner. I'm using a pencil just because this fabric is kind of dark and it's not going to show up through it. But you might want to use your marking pen or whatever your choice is. Some people like to use the chalk. Okay, now when you take this to the machine, you're going to put this on the bottom of a corner. Excuse my shaky hands. And then you're going to go ahead and when you stitch your stitch line, you're going to want to do it just right next to that line, right up against it. You don't want to sew on the line. That's called a scant seam allowance, where you're sewing like one needle length away or width away from where you actually want to sew. So I'll be back. Go ahead and pause the video and then we'll meet back up here. Okay, now the next step is to go ahead. You have all your pieces sewn down. I go ahead and trim off the inside corner with your 1/4 inch seam allowance. So go ahead and do that on all 4 pieces. And then I like to press mine after. Then you can go ahead and press this one over. As you can see, when we lay this out, we have a basic 4-patch block. So if you're a beginner, a lot of your quilt blocks will be like a 9-patch or a 4-patch. So if you can master those, then you can go ahead and start mastering all these other little things. So the next step is to go ahead and flip these pretty side to pretty side. You can pin them if you want to, and line your seams up. Again, if you didn't see my Wonky Star tutorial, sometimes I check my seams to make sure that they're straight is by using my ruler, and I'll do my 1/4 inch where my 1/4 inch seam is going to be. So this is where my stitch line is going to be on the outside of the ruler. And I'll flip it back and see if it lines up good. So it's not too bad. It could probably go down a little bit. And then you can go ahead and pin it once you get it to where you want it. And then go ahead and take it to the machine and sew those 2 halves together. And then we'll meet back up here. Okay, now I'm back from my machine. I'm going to try chain stitch. I don't know why I can't say that real fast. Go ahead and press your seams. And like I said, I kind of like to open my seams. And so. And yes, I do struggle a little bit with my shaky hands, but I don't know. I always seem to be able to get it done. Press that. Set that aside. Okay, now we have our 2 halves done. Now you're just going to do the same thing. Go ahead and lay out your little 4 patch here. Flip it over, pretty side to pretty side. Line up your seams. Go ahead and pin it if you need to. And then go stitch it down. Do your 1/4 inch here. Again, reminder, if you need your ruler and need to pin, go ahead and check your seam allowance. Flip it back. Obviously, I need to move mine down a little bit more. And then pin it whenever you get it placed to right where you need it. And we are all finished with our block here. And this block is a featured block in my Early Dawn Sparkles quilt pattern. The link to my Etsy is in the description. So there you go. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful, and this is a cute little block to use in any kind of project. If you have any questions, please go ahead and reach out to me through the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and share with someone that might find this helpful.